Silent Lake. Years ago, there was a small village lost among the mountains, Blackstone. It was a place surrounded by forests, where the mist almost never lifted, an eerie, forgotten land. Near the village, there was a lake everyone feared, Silent Lake. True to its name, no birds sang there, no winds blew, and even if you threw a stone into it, there would be no sound. The elders said whispers rose from the lake at night. Some claimed to have seen shadows moving within the water, but everyone agreed on one thing: no one approached the lake after dark. Chapter 1: The Forbidden Zone. One day, a few young adventurers from the city came to the village. Their names were Ethan, Jason, and Olivia. They sat at the village coffeehouse, listening to the old tales about the lake. They laughed and dismissed them. That night, they gathered in the square and made a decision. We'll camp at Silent Lake tonight. We'll prove there's nothing to fear. The villagers warned them. The lake doesn't give back what it takes, said old Mr. Henderson. But the youths were determined. They grabbed flashlights, cameras, and headed toward the lake. Chapter 2: The First Sign. When they arrived at the shore, everything was blanketed in a heavy mist. They set up a campfire and joked around while recording videos. But as midnight approached, the temperature suddenly dropped. The fire began to die. And then, from the lake came a sound. It was as if someone was walking through the water, but no one could be seen. They pointed the camera toward the lake, but saw only endless darkness. Suddenly, Ethan felt a hand on his back. He turned around. No one was there. Chapter 3: The Missing Out of Nowhere. Jason screamed and ran into the forest. The others tried to stop him, but he disappeared into the mist. They searched for him with their flashlights, but only heard a faint, fading scream. Helpless, Ethan and Olivia decided to head back, but they couldn't find their way. It was as if everything around the lake had shifted. The trees seemed thicker, the mist denser, the lake wider. Chapter 4: Beneath the Lake. Eventually, Olivia noticed something moving in the water. Two glowing eyes were staring at them. A figure began to rise from the surface, a woman in a white dress. Her eyes were pitch black, and her hair was tangled with lakeweed. Slowly, her mouth opened, and she whispered, "You do not belong here." Ethan grabbed Olivia's hand to run, but her hand was ice cold. He looked at her. Olivia's eyes had turned completely black. Ethan screamed and vanished into the forest. Chapter 5: The Next Day. The next morning, the villagers gathered at the lake. All they found was a single camera. The last footage recorded showed a pair of black eyes staring directly into the lens, and in the background, a whispering voice. One more remains. Ethan was never found. Some say he still wanders the forest. Others believe he was pulled beneath the lake long ago. Since that day, the whispers from Silent Lake have started calling for someone new. Sequel idea. In the next chapter, another group comes looking for Ethan.